Hello and welcome to Quarterlight, your car brochure channel, and in today's episode, the Volvo 740 Special Edition. Hello and welcome back, and if you're new to Quarterlight, we're a very small YouTube channel looking at car brochures from around the world for the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s, and we even sometimes go beyond that as well. So if you're interested in cars, car facts, car brochures, please consider subscribing. Most importantly, subscribing is completely free and helps you find the episodes you want, and also helps the channel and brings you better content. So thank you for all those who have subscribed, it's very much appreciated. Anyway, back to today's episode. Yes, we're going to be looking at the 740 Special Edition. This episode was first aired on a Saturday. We call those episodes the Saturday Special because we look at various different Special Edition versions of many different makes and models of car. That's the cats. Yes, we have cats sometimes appearing on the episode as well. Anyway, so like I was saying, Saturday special. On Fridays we do something called the Ford Friday, where it's a Ford every Friday, and then we also got episodes on Mondays and Wednesdays, and they're very random brochures, so there really is something for everyone. But anyway, let's go back to today's brochure. So here it is, the brochure for today, the 740 Special Editions. Last week we looked at the Ford Escort Mark II, and unusually a special edition without a name. At the time, 7980, when they were throwing special editions out with all sorts of names, for some reason the episode last week they didn't give it a special edition name, and it was a really nice special edition, which was really weird. This is kind of a reminder that it's not unusual for special editions not to have a name. Indeed, this is just called the 740 Special Edition. Let's just zoom in on the picture. And here is today's car itself, and I've really had to zoom in a long way because it's a really very tiny picture, so I had to zoom right in, but it's got a number plate on it, and indeed this brochure is from 1988 and you can see that by this E-registered version, E127 LDX. Wonder if this is still around today. Normally I say very little chance, but hey, you never know. This is a Volvo after all, and they actually lasted very well. I think the only reason people ever used to ever scrap them is because they started getting a little bit expensive to run when they became older cars. Typical Volvo, you can see those headlamp wipers on there, very boxy shape, although we did sort of get that unusual sort of sloping bonnet, didn't we, on the 740s? And of course, if you get a Volvo, it has to be the estate. Very practical load luggers, and these rather nice wheels actually on this particular special edition version, shown in white. Other colours are available. Unusually though, it's also showing us a 200 series Volvo, but for reasons I have absolutely no idea, because it's not telling us this is a special edition 200 or any information about this model at all, but it's certainly a little bit of a more upmarket version of the 200, and I must admit, Volvo's, the 200 estate was always my favourite Volvo personally. I always just loved that no-nonsense square design. Anyway, let's open the brochure up and have a look inside. And here it is, another couple of images, again including that 200 series. I think it's actually the same image. Same scene really, isn't it, on a different time of day. People around, and again we'll zoom in on the moment and be able to see these cars a bit better in this light. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the text. So the Volvo 740 Special Edition Estate. Practical perfection. The new Volvo 740 Special Edition Estate, specially designed to meet the needs of a busy family, or indeed the family business. Quickly lowering the split rear seat increases load capacity from a generous 42 cubic feet to a cavernous 75 cubic feet. This new estate is powered by a 2.3 litre carbureted engine with a choice of 5-speed manual or 4-speed auto. Central locking and power assisted steering are standard, so quite nice. Safety features abound: the front and rear crumple zones, a rigid steel safety cage and head restraints front and rear, and there's more. So obviously Volvo really went hand in hand with safety at that time. I guess to a certain extent still does, but in those days I think they were certainly a long way ahead of the competition. Anyway, all Volvos are covered by lifetime care, encompassing Careline, a complete range of motor servicing which includes membership at the RAC, route planning service, 24-hour roadside assistance, onward travel, 24-hour car hire, train, taxi, overnight accommodation if necessary, all absolutely free. Ask your Volvo dealer for details. But to be honest with you, Volvos were pretty reliable cars, so I'm sure giving it away for free wasn't such a big deal for them. Centrum is actually a really lovely scene. Actually, anyone know where this is? It'd be interesting to know whereabouts in the UK these beautiful little cottages are that they actually did this sort of photo in. I'm sure it'd be an extremely expensive place, and of course Volvo's a little bit upmarket, of course, so ideal. Anyway, let's just zoom in a little bit. And again, we've got this same E-registered Volvo 740 estate. Seen in the daytime, so I guess we can see it a little bit better, and a little bit of a family type image. And yeah, we've got that 200 series estate photo bombing the scene as well. Now, like I say, these were my favourite Volvos actually, and I always think about the 200 series. It came at a strange time when it was kind of like the in car to be seen in the 80s, probably more earlier 80s than this, but certainly the car to be seen in, you know, Wellingtons, couple of Labradors. That was really the car to be seen in, I guess, before, you know, people got into Range Rovers, Land Rovers, that sort of thing. This was kind of like the car to be seen in, you know, to be a bit more upper class. And I guess here is the guy with the Wellingtons. We're just short of a couple of Labradors running around, really, aren't we? I don't think that same sort of weird class type effect happened with the 740. I think people started wanting four-wheel drives if you was out with your Wellington boots and your couple of Labradors, so I don't think that moved on quite the same. But I always thought it was weird that the 200 series was kind of like seen as this upmarket car when really it wasn't that nice to drive. But anyway, 740 moved things on a bit, and they were a lot nicer to drive actually. But let's see what these special edition estate features are. So we get a 2.3 litre carbureted engine, 5-speed manual or 4-speed auto, power assisted steering, central locking, quartz clock, tachometer, fully reclining heated front seats with lumbar support, driver's seat height adjustment, cloth interior, underfloor storage area and luggage eyes in load compartment. Tailgate opens to bumper level for easy loading. Split folding rear seat and a high level rear brake light. And the usual clause these brochures have, you know, continue product development, we're allowed to make changes, prices, colours, materials and discontinue models whenever we will feel like it, which is pretty obvious really. And then a little bit of a side shot of this tiny little image. I've had to zoom in a lot, so not perfect, but still a good idea of the shape of these 740s. Again, I like these wheels. I'm sure they're only wheel trims, but I still like the look of them. They look very nice, and we can also, when we glimpse on the inside, we get that very much could only be a Volvo from them head restraints there. Colours for this 740 special edition, we can have red, white, mid blue and deep red. Looks like red with a black cloth, white with a blue cloth, mid blue with a blue cloth and deep red with black cloth interior. I always thought with Volvos, not exactly the most imaginative colour names do they have, but there we go. We've got a choice of 4 at least. At the bottom here we've got a bit of a Volvo address, and we have that very unmistakable Volvo script. The designers are designed and produced by Heroes Design Limited, Marlow. Not heard that one before. And then the code for this particular brochure. Like I said, no real date on here, but we can certainly date it from that E-registration plate on that main car. So there we go. The Volvo 740 Special Edition. I wish I had one of these now. I think they're lovely, lovely cars, and a peculiar Special Edition without really having a name. Apologise, there were a few noises throughout this video. The cats are just crazy today. Unfortunately, our dogs had to go for a little operation, and I think when the dog's away, the cats really are playing everywhere. Anyway, if you've not done already, please do consider subscribing. It is completely free. It does help the channel and helps you find the videos as well. On a little bit of a side note, anyone know where this scene is? Be interesting to know. Anyway, I've also included a couple of squares there, them little boxes. That's where we can see other videos. I'll include some special editions and another video of just a random choosing, but there's hundreds and hundreds in the back catalogue now. Finally, I'll say have a great weekend, take care, all the best, we'll see you soon, and goodbye.